I am embarrassed. I am humiliated. I'm sick at my stomach. Not only was I wrong as I've ever been, I silly me actually thought my Cowboys could win a shootout at Denver today. They just lost 44-24. And I'll be the first to admit, I thought Trevon Diggs would suck it up and play coming off a concussion that forced him to miss the game last week. Now he's on an IR. I have no idea why. Maybe he's on psychological IR. Clearly, he was not buying into Eberflus's defense. And then, silly me, I thought Donovan Wilson and Malik Hooker would give it a shot today, even though they were nicked, and they didn't. I thought Wanye Thomas would surely play. He didn't. So that's 4 big contributors not in the secondary, but that's zero excuse. Because thanks to Bo Nix, we were in position to do exactly what I thought we could do to start the football game. Bo Nix threw an inexplicable interception to the kid Bridges, he was a year ago a 7th-round pick by the Chargers. He's already a Cowboy, got cut, but it wasn't what he did. It's what Bo Nix didn't do. He missed his receiver by, I don't know, like 8 yards. I have no idea, but he's capable of doing just that. He can go just as cold as he can go hot. If you put him on his heels psychologically, he can start to press and get shaky in the pocket and start doing crazy stuff. And now you had him psychologically right where you wanted because Sean Payton's going to be all over him on the sideline. What the hell was that? And I said, okay, I tweeted, we'll take it, but you got to go cash it. And kaboom. My man Javonte Williams trying to go Rico Dowdle against his ex-team. Ran for a first down, and then he busts one out for 9 yards. And I'm saying, okay, here we go. And then Dak got rid of it a little late, but it got to CD for 29 yards. And I'm like, okay, now we're on the doorstep. Cash it. And on 1st and goal from the 4, Javonte powers up the gut for 3 yards, and it's 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. What should happen next, ladies and gentlemen? I'm sure all you out there are screaming just what I'm screaming. Just give it to Javonte again, and if necessary, again. He's running with a chip on his shoulder pads. He's running angry against the team that dumped him. It's 2nd and goal at the 1. Just let him bang, and it's going to be a touchdown, and we're going to be ahead 7-0. And what happens? Dak looks to his primary, and it's covered. He's going to throw it from the 1-yard line. He's going to throw it, and I don't know if he was looking for Jake. I don't know who he's looking for on the right side, and all of a sudden he had to come back to the middle of the field, and he tries to force it into Pickens, and it's defended incomplete. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 1, and we false start. You just can't. I know it's on the road. I know our offense isn't as explosive as it is at home. I gotcha. But you just can't. Good teams don't false start with a 3rd and goal at the 1. You just can't against that team, knowing that you're down 4 contributors, 3 starters in the secondary. You just can't. You have to cash. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd and goal from the 6. From the 6. And I don't know, Dak forces it to CD. It ain't even close. There's nobody, it's not open. You just got to do better, Dak. We need one throw, but more important, shoddy. You can't be shitty. That's who you are. This was shitty play calling. That's what it was. Just change the O to I, and you got it. Because who are you trying to impress? Is it just too easy to hand it to 33 for a touchdown? Is that too easy? I thought you were meat and potatoes like your dad. I thought this was going to be Marty ball, pound it and play defense kind of ball. What are you doing? And all of a sudden we go from 2nd and goal at the 1 to field goal in a game that's clearly, at best, it's going to be a 30-30 shootout. At the best. I almost cursed again. And then it's Bo Nix's turn again. And he's a little shaky. And all of a sudden, it's 3rd and 7 at the 29. They go 1-yard run, 2-yard run. And I'm saying, I don't know. Is it possible? And it was possible. Bo Nix fires incomplete to Franklin. To Sutton. Incomplete. So just made a bad throw. He's going to be shaky. He might just go in the tank. He might just lose it the way he is capable of losing it, and we're going to get the ball back, and it should have been 7-0, and now at least we're going to have a chance, because they're going to have to punt it, to, I don't know, go up 10-0. It should have been 14-0 at this point. We had 2 chances to go up 14-0. And I look up, and there's a flag on the play, because my man James Houston, who I've said, for what it's worth, looks like the best pass rusher we have, James Houston lines up offsides. You just can't. Not at Denver, not given what's about to hit you like an orange avalanche. You just can't do that. Those are 2, a false start and a lineup offsides. That's bad team football. That's how bad teams get their asses kicked at Denver, and we were off to the boat races. Next play, Nix to Franklin for 26 yards, and we are cooked. Next play, Harvey busts it for 46 yards, touchdown, 7-3, and it felt like it was 73 to me, 70-3, 70-3 at that point, because it's huge advantage. All of a sudden, Denver was back in complete control of the game. And you know the rest of the story. We couldn't stop them. My God. I mean, they just did whatever they wanted to do. Bo Nix threw it for 247. They ran it for 179. I didn't do the totals on that. That's 6, that's 12, that's 426. Today, that defense, in all my years of covering the National Football League, I started with Don Shula's Dolphins, writing about them in like 1975. Do the math. In all my years, I have never seen a worse defense than the one the Cowboys put on the field today. And I give you the injuries in the secondary, but good coaches say, watch this. You saw what the 49ers, I know they got their butts kicked today at Houston. That was about Houston. That wasn't about San Francisco. San Francisco is just wrong place, wrong time, because Houston is way better than it's played. I picked Houston to pull it off at Seattle, and they had their chances. They finally figured it out today because CJ got hot. But the point is, good coaches just say, watch this, I'll figure it out. I'll scheme it up. We'll blitz like crazy. We'll keep switching zone man. We'll confuse Bo Nix. We'll do something to disrupt. And that didn't happen. It was just slow but sure death. That's what it was, just dying slowly but surely. And then it got to this for me. Third quarter, 3:25 to go. It's 30-17. And I'm thinking, I don't know if we could just go score, cut it to 30-24, maybe, Bo Nix gets a little shaky. He's capable of getting shaky. Maybe he throws one to us. Maybe we sack, fumble, recover. Maybe we strip. Maybe something happens. At least give me a little hope. Give me a shot, Shoddy. And what does Shoddy do? It's 4th and 6 at his 44. 4th and 6 at his 44, and he punts. Well, clearly, he has now surrendered, as they say, waved the white flag. Because now you're just playing to keep it somewhat respectable. Is that what you're doing? Because, against your defense, the problem is that if as I tweeted, if I were throwing to Ernestine and Hazel against the Dallas defense today, I would have had a good day. Seriously. I would have put up some points. How can you not? They don't rush the passer and they can cover nobody. And whatever zones they're playing are just bust after bust after bust. Bo Nix is shooting fish in a barrel, dead fish in a barrel. He just stands and stands because we get no pass rush. I don't know what happened to Dante Fowler Jr. He's back in Dallas after he went to Washington and led the Commanders in sacks with 10.5 last year, and he gets past nobody. He puts no heat on the quarterback. Bo Nix today, 0 sacks, got hit one time by Ezra Uwaku. One time that there was one hit on the quarterback. Meanwhile, Dak went down twice, and Denver had 8 hits on the quarterback. Obviously, they lead the league by far in hits on the quarterback in sacks, so maybe 2 sacks is respectable. But you want to talk about giving up with 3:25 left in the third quarter, that's a flat-out straight give up. They didn't have Surtain in the second half. I don't know what happened. He hurt his foot on one pass defended in the end zone early on, and then he's back in the game, and then he hurt his shoulder, I guess, because after halftime, he didn't come back. After he did come back, after that opening sequence in the end zone, when he's covering Pickens and CeeDee. Okay, so there's no Surtain, and it's 4th and 6 at your 44, and you're down 30-17, and you can't punt. Shitty. What is that? Give me a little something. Just utter abject humiliation. Dak. So both he and Bo Nix completed 19 passes. He tried 31. Bo Nix tried 29. So 19 of 31 for Dak, 19 of 29 for Bo Nix. Bo Nix threw for 247 and Dak for 188. No touchdowns after he kept going 3 in a row, 3 in a row, 3, 3, 3, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 0. The last 4 games had been 3 and 0. And today, 0 and 2. 2 terrible interceptions. And all that Dak MVP talk, it just got flushed down the toilet in Denver. Flushed down the toilet. Javonte was cooking early, but he wound up going 13 times for 41 yards because they fell behind. You got to... The only way to do this, obviously, the only way is to jump up 7-0 and 14-0. You do that, from 14-0, I would have given us a good shot to win a shootout because the whole dynamic changes between the two teams and the two quarterbacks. All of a sudden, Dak is feeling real good about himself, and Bo Nix, he's got the haywire gene. He's got that one loose screw, the haywire screw in his brain. We had him on the ropes and on the run, and we let him off the hook. You just can't. It's just devastating to me. And now tomorrow I have to go back on Arena Gridiron, and I love the show, but I'm dreading tomorrow because I'm going to get annihilated just the way my team did. I'm going to lose on Arena Gridiron tomorrow, 44-24. That's what I'm going to do. I will lose. I can already predict it. You can book it if you want to bet against me tomorrow. I will lose 44-24. Just when I thought we had a shot because Washington's without Jaden Daniels, they're going to lose at Kansas City. And I'm thinking, okay, we rise, we shine. Giants lost Scatterboo. We rise and we shine today. This would have been the launch point. Now we've got a home Monday nighter against Arizona, and then we have a bye week, and then we have a home Monday nighter at Las Vegas, and then we come back home to play Philadelphia. And I'm thinking, if we launched against Denver and won a shootout, some 30-28 type thing, highly capable given the start to the game, then we'd be back in business. I thought the Eagles might lose today. I can't wait to talk about that, because how lucky were they after the way that game started? I just still like our chances. I still believe we could beat Arizona and beat Las Vegas on Monday Night Football. Silly me, we should have beaten Philly at Philly. We had them on the ropes, and CD dropped 4 passes, including 2 deep ones in the fourth quarter, that would have put up a big dub for the Dallas Cowboys. We beat Green Bay 40-40, and Micah did not wreck the game. I know it was a tie, but we won the game 40-40. I've seen this team flash, and today it flashed in the beginning, and that's a poorly coached team that's not ready to play. That's the problem. You can't have those 2 errors. They're just team errors. They're just, I forget who false started. I think it was Tyler Guyton. But you just can't. And do I still like this team? Yeah, but I'm not going to like it tomorrow on Arena Gridiron. If you want to check it out, go to the Arena YouTube channel. It'll start straight up at 2:30 Eastern Time. Watch me get executed on live TV. That's what's going to happen. 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern Time tomorrow. It's going to be a long night for me. Long sleepless night. I guess I have to see you tomorrow.